It's Mama back, and I am back in my kitchen as always, but this time we're going to do something a little bit different. If I've heard it once, or had it asked once, I've had it asked 1,000 times, what's a grit? Okay, I eat grits about every morning for breakfast. They are a southern staple, and I don't have fancy grits, I have the generic grits, but what they are is actually field corn that's dried, and they take the outer shell off of it. It's hominy, but they dry it down, and it's like this. See, it's like little bits of sand, but it's delicious, and it's also nutritious. And if you want something that's going to keep you going in the morning, that's what you want. I get tired of oatmeal and cream. I never did like cream of wheat, and this takes about, I reckon, about 10-15 minutes to make. Not that long. It's much healthier for you than cereal with all that processed stuff. I don't like processed things. If you know anything about me, you know we eat real butter, we eat real foods, we eat real meats, real vegetables. The more natural, the better. You're healthier that way, okay? So everybody's like, what's a grit and how do you make it? And some of my friends in England and Scotland are like, can you ship us some grits? They sound really good because I put pictures up. And I know it's crazy that there are people in the world that don't know what it is, but it's the truth, I promise you. If you have English friends or European friends, they'll be like, yeah, we don't know what that is. It's a southern thing. So I'm going to show you how to make grits right now. It's really easy. Now, I do the quick grits. I don't like the slow grits because you have to stir them for so long and it's just too much trouble. Make them one serving. 3/4 cup water. And I heated my pan up. So we're going to get that nice and boiling. Now, until Morton's decides to sponsor me, we're getting generic salt, 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 salt. Okay, I usually put a little bit in my hand, about half a teaspoon. And you know, if you've been cooking long enough, you know exactly what a teaspoon is and how much half a teaspoon is. And you can kind of guide it. Now, the secret to making good grits is to use a whisk. Okay, I learned that a long time ago. Take that whisk and you're going to stir the salt up in the water. And as soon as that water starts boiling, when it should be just a second or two, because I already had my pot hot, and these are good pots. These are the Cuisinart ones that are like, I don't know, 12 layers of stainless steel. They're great. They stick sometimes, so you got to be careful. Make sure you got a copper scrubbing pad with you. But they are wonderful for evenly heating, worth every penny I paid for them. And we are starting to simmer a little bit. Now, you're going to want some butter. Okay, I usually about, I guess it's about a tablespoon because I like butter. Did our power just go out? Are you kidding me? Our power just went out. My husband's in there hooking up his new great big TV. I think he may have done it. But anyway, it's about a tablespoon of butter. And my water is boiling now despite the electricity going off. We're going to put 3 tablespoons into 3/4 cup of boiling water. Now, see how I sprinkled that? I didn't just dump it in a lump. You dump it in a lump, you get lumps. Nobody wants lumpy grits. So you stir it. And you make sure that they're all in there looking good. Now, you're going to hang on to that butter. Don't put the butter in yet. You want just salt and water and your grits. All right? It's looking good. And it'll take probably about 5 minutes. And during that 5 minutes, I'm going to take a minute to talk to you. As you know, we're redoing the kitchen. That's why I'm at a different angle. I have a microwave and a stove here, and we're going to have a double oven. And we're doing a lot of things. And someone asked me on my Twitter what I was going to do with the appliances that we were exchanging out. And, you know, I called around a couple places, and we finally settled on the homeless shelter. In fact, I've got to get in touch with them tomorrow morning, and they're going to come and pick them up. They may need some help. We have some friends with trucks. We live in West Virginia. Everybody's got a truck. But we're going to give them the stove, the microwave, cooktop range, because they can build something in there. And we've got this refrigerator downstairs and a dishwasher. So all of those are going to our local homeless shelter, and we hope they'll enjoy them. And, you know, it's, to me, they all work. They're all in great condition. They're just old, and we wanted something new. So if we can do something to help somebody else, hey, then all the better for it. Now, while I was running my yap, my grits were getting done. Okay? And you can see, I am terrible with this camera angle. You can see that they're just nice and white, and they're kind of smooshy. They're very soft. And I'm going to put that back on there. And then, because I need my glasses because I can't see what I'm doing without them, I'm going to put the butter in it. Now the butter will help it stop sticking. You don't want it to stick to your pan, especially if your pans are like mine and they're steel and they do stick. You just keep stirring it around till that butter melts, and you'll have to keep taking it off and on a little bit if you're doing it like this. If you don't have a whole lot of grits, like I'm just making one, I'm making one serving, just a little bit, because I want a little and he'll eat a little. We're doing dinner for breakfast, or breakfast for dinner tonight. Set it backwards. But do y'all ever do that? Do you ever have breakfast foods for dinner? Okay. This is what they look like. You can see they're creamy and they're good. They taste like butter and salt and sweet corn, and they're delicious. And you can do all sorts of stuff with them. If you're from the South, I'm sure you've had shrimp and grits. And shrimp and grits are actually really easy to make because, well, at first you just make grits, but you make a roux. And that's like it's like a thin sauce where you put all your goodies and your spices. And I usually use tomatoes and bacon and different flavors like that. And spice it up. And there's some really good roux recipes. And all you have to do is Google. All Recipes has one. I think Southern Living has a great one. But anyway, I do mine my own way. And then I cook the bacon, of course, is cooked. And then I have shrimp and we put it on top of the grits. And usually we put cheese in the grits. You'll hear me talking about cheese grits. Mild cheddar cheese, American, sharp cheddar, Colby Jack, whatever. It's up to your taste. Whatever you like to eat in your grits, put it in. Put a couple slices in. Make it nice and cheesy. But anyway, for everybody that's been asking, what the heck are grits? There you know now. And pick up some. Try it. You never know. You might like it. Now, I love you. You love you. And you have a great night. Bye. Hey y'all, I forgot one thing after making the grits. Tomorrow is Friday. This is going to go up tonight, Thursday night. But every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I host a live stream. And it's about domestic violence, domestic abuse. And if you would like to join, you're more than welcome. You can join the chat and just talk with other people. It's very supportive. If you have a story to share, to tell, if you're in a situation that you need help, please DM me on Twitter or leave a comment below and I'll find you. And if you want to tell your story, you know, I'm more than happy to put you on the panel, and you can do it anonymously. You can change your name to something outrageous if you want. And you don't have to turn your camera on. All you have to do is tell your story. And by telling our stories, we are not only unburdening ourselves, but we're helping others. Okay? Nobody really tells you when you're growing up that the first time he hits you won't be the last. Okay? We need to get that message out. Merlet, sit down. He smells bacon. Sorry. But we need to take care of both our young women and young men, as well as those in our teens. You know, the teens, the 20s, 30s, on up. Abuse happens lifelong. Okay? It doesn't stop just because, you know, you're not cute and going out to the club anymore. There are older people who live a life full of abuse. They get hit, they get yelled at, they get things thrown at them. We know that 3 women die every day in the U.S. from domestic violence. We know that 20% of all domestic abuse victims are men. And we invite any man who has experienced this to come on. And like I say, you can do it without showing your face. You can do it with a different name. All right? That's every Friday at 4 p.m. And I plan to keep doing this as long as there are people who are listening. And more people are joining and listening every week. We're getting, you know, 800,000 views on one stream. And it's a serious subject, and we handle it in a serious manner. You know, there are times that, you know, we laugh because it's just too much. You know, sometimes I laugh at how stupid I felt, you know, and we all do that, but it's very supportive, very serious, and if you need help, we're happy to give it. And you're surrounded in a safe space. You've got a safe space to tell your story. Also, I am now monetized. Thank goodness. Yay. That means I'll have ads on my videos. I hope to have an ad on this one. And I still have super chats. You know that. I don't get on and beg for super chats. I don't that doesn't do it for me. But I tell you where all my money is going that I do earn from my AdSense and Super Chat money. All of it is going to our local shelter. We're first donating to the local rescue. It's a rescue that's hooked to our local shelter. It's called Operation Underdog. And we'll be giving all our proceeds to them so they can transport and feed and have blankets, and you know, we're gonna buy whatever they need. Or if they just want straight money, hey, that's fine too. But that's where all my earnings from this is going to. So if tomorrow when you're on the live stream, if you want to send $1, every dollar helps. Isn't that what they say when they're doing fundraisers? But yeah, every dollar does help. And we'll also be working with the women's shelter locally. And if you have, you know, a shelter that you know is particularly in need, reach out, let me know. And let's see if we can do some good for others, do some good for ourselves, and learn, okay? Now, we're going to have our breakfast / dinner, and my biscuits should be about done. And I bake my bacon. I don't know if you all do that. I don't like frying bacon. It gets stuff everywhere. But I can fry it, and it turns out just as crispy, and I don't have to flip it or mess with it. But anyway, that's our dinner for tonight, and this is my video for tonight. And remember, I love you, and you love you. Bye.